I feel really bad for the people who are dating in 2026 because the options out there for men, specifically for like women who are looking for men, it's really bad. It's really bad options out there because it's like you can get like the really hot guy, but chances are he's probably a fucking sociopath. But then you kind of like, oh, okay, like I'll go with the super nice guy, like the safe guy. And then he ends up being like a mama's boy and doesn't want to work or provide or like do anything. And like, whatever, that could be a whole different conversation. But like, it's really bad. It's really bad out here.
She says, I feel bad for people that have to date in 2026, and she's referring to men and women, but then completely goes into bashing men. I find that very funny. They have more dudes that are after them, but they don't want those dudes. Men have to accept what they can get a lot of the times, or then there's men who put in the work, right, to become the cream of the crop. And then they have to eliminate and weed through women who are telling them what they will and won't accept. And then they have women that will always cooperate with them. But you see, when women are younger, they have a lot of guys that want to do for them. They wait until they're older and then they're like, oh, I feel bad for people that have to date. And when she's bashing men, once again, how can you bash all men when the men that you go after let you down? See, with men, we go after a bunch of different type of women, a bunch of different types of women. And then when it doesn't work out, we're kind of like, well, damn, I've dated this type of woman. I've dated this type of woman. I dated this type of woman. They're just like, I continuously date the same type of guys. And then it becomes an all guy thing. You understand? And even if you watch a lot of my videos, you hear me say all the time, it's not all women. Not all women. I even salute women. Shout out to the successful women. Shout out to the women that have been with their dude for a minute. I don't go, all women. It just goes without saying too, if you have half a brain, you understand it's not all. But when they're talking about men, it's an all men problem. Makes no sense. Men aren't begging to be used. At the end of the day, men aren't begging to be used, begging to be played. See, back in the day, right? A chick would cheat on a dude. He'd beg her to stop dealing with the dude. A chick could say no to a date. He'd beg her to go on a date. She could tell him, oh, I'm not feeling it after the first date. He'd beg her for a second date or to try to, do a redo. Men aren't doing that anymore. And women are like, wait, what the hell's going on? If you notice, right? There will be like Twitter posts and women are asking, after you say no, a guy just stops trying to pursue you. What's good with that? What? See, that's how much it bothers them when men are like, nah, I'm good. What sense does it make to keep chasing after you? What sense? And we're going to get into clips later in the video of it just exposes that you don't have to put in effort for women. But let's get the next one.
While I'm here, I thought maybe we'll do another rant as well. So dating is so out for 2026. It's not even fucking funny. The clarity, headspace, consistent mood, lack of fucking emotional roller coaster is top tier. So at the end of last year, I grew some balls and I went on Hinge again, fucking randomly. And there was this hot guy on there and I was like, wow, this guy's hot. Anyway, he was so funny and nice and super keen to catch up. The day rolls around that we're meant to be catching up and he goes, I don't know, it's kind of weird to be meeting someone off an app. And I was like, what are you doing here? I don't want a fucking pen pal. That was one of my prompts. That was quite funny, might I add. Oh, never again. Like, I'm dedicating this year to me. 100%. Love that for me. Bye, love you.
She couldn't believe that he rejected her. She could not believe that he rejected her. I don't understand what women don't get about it. You said the guy was hot, which means he has the ability to look elsewhere and has other options. So when he rejects you, why is it such a surprise to you? Oh, because the guys that you view as beneath you, you reject the whole time. And then when you bump into a guy who you're actually into, you're used to dealing with guys that you don't want like that. This is why I tell you guys, they don't really bump into guys that they like that. So when they're playing a game, and you're thinking, why is she playing with him? She can't really see between the two because she hasn't gone for guys that she really wants like that, who approach her, who try to get at her, who campaign for relationships with her. No. It's only the loser dudes The dudes where she's like, whenever they interact with guys that they like, they're the ones campaigning. Or they're going with the flow, hoping that the guy will change his mind or move towards a relationship, so they never know how to go about it.
I know that I'm terrible at dating, right? Like, I know this because I have had the worst luck with men, but I've just had the worst ever realization about a past relationship ever, and I have to share it. This guy that I dated 5 years ago, like, honestly, it was the best relationship that I've ever had. It was so much fun. We got along. We did everything that we wanted to do together. And then, I don't know, it just didn't work out. But anyway, like, I sometimes stalk him and, like, I just check in because, like, he's still really cool. And I really am, like, kind of sad that it never worked out. But I found out he blocked me. At first, I just noticed that his account was gone, and I was like, maybe he deleted it, because why would he? It didn't even like register that he would block me because we haven't spoken in years. But it turns out he literally blocked me out of nowhere. But I'm like, why would he block me if he didn't want to be with me? Like, he was the one that didn't want to be with me. So, like, why would he even care? Like, why would he even care about seeing my account? Like, I've only blocked people if I'm, like, really hurt by seeing their content, you know, when you're like, I need to block them to, like, save my sanity. And then I'm like, wait, did he like me? Hold on. Did I have this all wrong? And now I'm going to tell you, because this is the part that's so fucked up. Okay. Like, we were dating for, like, 9 months solid. Like, spending every weekend together. I was spending time with his family. I was, like, going camping trips with him and his brother's girlfriend. Like, we were dating. I remember, like, my family kept calling him my boyfriend, and I was like, well, he's not my boyfriend. Like, he hasn't asked me out. I was, like, starting to think about it. I'm like, okay, well, like, maybe he doesn't want to be my boyfriend because trauma. It was literally my birthday. We were camping in the mountains, and it was so amazing. The best camping trip of my life. And we were, like, camping in his little tent right before bed. I was like, hey, so are we boyfriend and girlfriend? And he was like, why would you even ask that? And then I was like, oh my God, I upset him. And then I got really anxious and I needed to get out of the tent. And I, like, kind of ended up like literally just, like, calming down my nervous system because I was so anxious. I was like, oh my God, he doesn't want to be my boyfriend. This is so fucked up. I'm so stupid. Why did I ask that? And then it was just kind of always weird after that. I felt like we kept trying to date, but he was being distant, and he kept making it, like, a really big deal, like, that I wasn't his girlfriend. Like, he was like, oh, you wish, and stuff like that. And so all of this is confusing to me because I'm like, what? You ghosted me. And now I'm like, guys, what if he meant? What if he meant, why did you even ask that? As if, of course, we are boyfriend and girlfriend. What if we were boyfriend and girlfriend and I didn't even know? And he was like, why are you even asking that? Because it was obvious that we were boyfriend and girlfriend. But I didn't even know that we were boyfriend and girlfriend because he didn't ask me to be his girlfriend. But, like, that's kind of really immature. Did I have a boyfriend and then I fucked it up? Or should he have just, like, communicated better because I genuinely had no idea that any of this was happening? I thought he was just didn't want to be with me. And now he's blocked me out of nowhere. And this has really sent me for a spiral that I didn't know that I was going to have today.
Men need to understand this, right? Let's get into this part of the video, this portion. Putting in a ton of effort for a woman makes absolutely no sense because a lot of the best relationships that they get into or situations that they get into, they didn't know anything flat out. The lines were blurred. The guy never campaigned to be in a relationship with them. And this is actually showing you why it should go the way I say it should go. Women need to campaign for the relationship. You understand? Because when you do that, they're certain about everything. When you give them certainty, they start to give you their ass to kiss. So she continued to deal with this guy, even though he never asked her to be his girlfriend. See what I mean? Oh, you know, well, he brought me around and he did this and yeah, but he didn't flat out ask you the question, right? So she continued to see him. And now she's talking about this guy 5 years later. Oh, well, why did he block me in this? Who cares?
How the heck am I single? Dating in 2026 is pretty much impossible. It's not that I can't get anyone, it's the fact that guys do not want to make an effort anymore. Like, I just go through all these talking stages, which last about a day, and then it just fizzles out. They'll add me on Instagram, they'll react to my stories, they'll send me fire emojis, you know, try to get my attention, get their little ego boost, but they will never plan a date. Everyone's talking to everyone, they have a million other options, and it's just overwhelming. I can't be bothered. It's too hard, and I just don't even want to waste my energy on this anymore. Like, I have 0 talking stage left in me. I've had enough. It's like no one really wants to settle for anyone these days because they always think there's someone better because we have so many options. But at the same time, I think most of us are actually going to end up being alone because of that. So It's sad what the world is coming to. So I'm just going to focus on me and protect my peace. Very cliche. But what else can I do? I mean, I'm not going to waste any more time looking for someone because I just end up getting frustrated and upset.
When she says I'm not going to waste time looking for someone, like she's not going to waste her time looking for anyone anymore, what she means is I'm not going to bring what can I do for you, sir energy. Let's be real. Guys, you see the woman in the clip. We don't have to do this immature song and dance. You know, you look in the comments, oh, she's mid. It's always the fives talking. Knock it off, bro. If this woman brought what can I do for you, sir energy and was cooperative, can you see any man kicking her to the curb? We're not talking about dudes who are in Hollywood or whatever. We're talking about regular dudes. If this chick brought what can I do for you, sir energy, cooperative, submissive, a helpmate, would any dude get rid of her or would he pour into her? See, she's talking about, like, you know, on Instagram. And it's always the things that they don't say. And you can honestly tell when they're not looking from outside of themselves. They're not looking at anything, right? She's talking about Instagram. They'll get their ego boost and, you know, they'll like your story and everything. Okay, if Instagram is your personal billboard, well, what does your Instagram say about you? Since you're always posting, guys don't want to put in effort. What are you posting? How do you look on your Instagram? Okay, why would a guy put in effort for a chick that's posting nonstop, posting provocative pictures, talking a bunch of nonsense on her story? You know, you can tell that she thinks that she's a celebrity, even though she's only got like a couple thousand followers. Anybody can pull that. You know, probably your head is inflated, your ego's inflated. Why is a guy putting in a bunch of effort? And you said it yourself, you know, you got a bunch of guys, they'll hit you up in your DMs and all this constant attention. So they don't think about it. They just think like, oh, I'm lit on Instagram or I'm lit online. Well, no, how do you look? How do you present yourself?